Hey guys, what's up? CurseMarkedMidnight here, and today I'm joined by Cheese. How are you doing, Cheese?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And today we were going to discuss one of the few controversial topics, or one of the more controversial characters in the Naruto-verse, Sarutobi Sensei, otherwise known as the Third Hokage, otherwise known as Hiruzen Sarutobi. I feel that Hiruzen gets downplayed a lot because he lost to Orochimaru in the
Yeah,
beginning of Naruto Part 1. And it's more of the fact that, one, the battle, he had to fight Tobirama, Orochimaru, and Hashirama, three people he had some form of, like, sentiment to.
yeah,
Hashirama being his old teacher, and Tobirama being his old squad leader, the one who appointed him to Hokage.
right. Well, for one thing, let's just say that we're not gonna call him anywhere close to like the strongest Hokage in history, but we're just saying, in general, he's underestimated and he's more powerful than most people think. So,
If I
but
had to say in the Hokage scaling where he would be, if you want to go with Kakashi and Naruto being in the mix, he would be under Kakashi, but above Tsunade in terms of technique, strategy, and strength.
I agree. Yeah,
Because what people tend to forget about Sarutobi is being trained under Hashirama and Tobirama, he learned a lot. And he somewhat followed Tobirama's ideology for protecting the leaf.
yeah. He's called the God of Shinobi or the Professor because he knew all the techniques of the leaf. It really says exactly that he knows all the techniques. So that's just something to know.
And a lot of people downplay him for the fight between him and Orochimaru in the Leaf Village, which, let me talk about this for a second. He had to fight Orochimaru, Tobirama, and Hashirama, two of the strongest Hokages in history at that point.
Yeah, well, they were weakened because the Edo Tensei was not the full potential, but at the same time, he stated that they were not holding back with what they had because they were being controlled. So, I mean,
Exactly.
they weren't using all of their techniques because they couldn't, but at the same time, they were at him with what they had.
And even though he had to fight his former squad leader and master, Sarutobi showed great resolve to the point of where he even went to attack Orochimaru in the skin I have up right here, and he tagged both the Hokage with a paper bomb, realizing that they were immortal, and
Yeah,
realizing he would have to Reaper Death Steal them to cancel the effect. And let me talk about that for a second. Old Hiruzen, like, this is not prime Hiruzen in his prime. This is old Hiruzen,
oh yeah, not by far.
who could only summon two clones. Well, he could have summoned more, but at the cost of chakra, which is what was stated during that fight.
Yeah,
That's the reason why he wasn't using Kage Bunshin Fangs, because it would use up a lot of his chakra. So he was taking straight hits.
yeah, yeah,
What he ended up doing was he used two clones, one on his left, one on his right, and he cast the Reaper Death Seal, a jutsu unbeknownst to Orochimaru, and a jutsu he witnessed when Minato sacrificed himself to seal the Nine Tails. So he witnessed this jutsu he witnessed this jutsu from Minato and learned it. The thing about the Reaper Death Seal is, in order to use this, you have to give your soul to the literal devil of the Naruto verse. Like, the Reaper Death Seal is basically the embodiment of death in the Naruto verse, which has been stated.
yeah, yep. That's right.
And he didn't only use this one time, he technically used it three times on three separate enemies. He used it on Hashirama. Yes, he may have done the seal once, but he had to have his body last out to do all three.
Yeah,
Which, after even before sealing Hashirama and Tobirama, which can be seen as soon as when the Reaper like reached through his soul, he was already hurt. He was already feeling the effects. He coughed up blood. Oh God, it's a powerful one outside. Anyway,
so
the
another thing to be said about Hiruzen is that basically people don't realize that as it comes to knowing all the techniques, that includes all the releases. So that includes fire, wind, lightning, earth, water, yin
Yin
and
and
yang
yang.
releases. Yeah. So he knows all forms of chakra, nature types. So that's just really impressive to me. He also knows like taijutsu, genjutsu, and ninjutsu, and he knows.
Which
Go ahead.
early Gen 1 Naruto, you have to look at that because even he was very, very impressive in
Yeah.
the war arc. But even in Naruto Part 1, there was no other ninja besides Orochimaru that knew all styles and yin and yang release.
Yeah.
Even Kakashi didn't know yin and yang release.
Yeah. He's a
And
fucking cocky ninja. Like.
he's the one who knows over 1,000 jutsu.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stated that, like from early Naruto, they said that a Hokage or Kage would have to know 1,000 or more jutsu. Kakashi was there, but then Hiruzen would be much further beyond that. Like it would be easily understated to say that he knew, like many times more than just 1,000, because he knows every single technique of the hidden leaf.
Now we're saying he doesn't know how to. We're not saying he can replicate each and every
Yeah,
jutsu
yeah.
of the leaf, because Special Kekkei Genkai to the family, say Choji's family with the expansion, with the body expansion jutsu, or with the Inazuka clan with the mind transfer jutsu. We're not saying he could use those.
No,
What
no.
we're saying is he's very much aware of them and how they work.
So here's what that really means. So like, he would be able to observe someone using a technique, and he would know exactly what it is, parts to it, and ways around it. So he even, upon his resurrection during the war arc, he witnessed the truth seeker orbs, and he was easily able to understand them within a very short amount of time. Like without seeing them before, he was able to figure out what they were and how to defend against them, which is impressive.
And very very interestingly, like very few people can fool Hiruzen. Like Hiruzen was very much aware of the genjutsu he was placed under during the fight with Orochimaru and the two previous Hokage, which was the eternal blindness, I believe,
Yeah,
cast by
Eternal Dark.
Hashirama. People don't seem to remember this feat in the manga. Sarutobi, while blinded in a genjutsu, managed to not just tag, but grab Hashirama and Tobirama and use the Reaper Death Seal on them.
Yeah,
Then he charged at Orochimaru, out taijutsu'd him, and grabbed him using the Reaper Death Seal on him. And as we've seen, Orochimaru was terrified of this jutsu when he saw the Reaper.
yeah, yeah. He saw that, he was like, "What is this? Like,
It
I'm
w-
going to die." Oh
And
God.
what people don't understand is how amazing of a feat it is for Sarutobi to know the Uzumaki's clan Reaper Death Seal, because the Uzumaki clan is a very, very almost extinct clan. The last few people, I believe, being Karin and Naruto and Boruto,
Yeah,
that actually have Uzumaki blood in their veins. To say that him knowing the Reaper Death Seal is an accomplishment is an understatement. Because
yeah,
he saw it used once by Minato and then knew exactly what it was.
yeah. So also let's talk about his summon, like the Monkey King Enma, like that.
The Monkey King Enma, which is also his bow staff.
Yeah, it's considered one of the strongest summonings in the Naruto verse. Like,
Like,
it's insane.
and you have to imagine the loyalty of the Monkey King Enma to Sarutobi, because even after he died with a smile on his face, Enma
Yeah.
was so loyal to remove the sword from his body before his summoning wore off.
Yeah. So he was able to get such a powerful ally, which just shows that his abilities were easily seen by others, and they trusted that he would get a job done. And it's just shows his power.
The main reason people disregard like Hiruzen was because he always put the village first. He had Tobirama's sort of sense mixed with Hashirama's. He put the village first, as was seen when he didn't know Itachi was the one that wiped out the Uchiha until he came and told them, "Listen, I was successful in doing this. What do I do?" He
Yeah.
had to bear the burden, or bear not the burden, bear the burden of knowing that Itachi would never be able to return to the village as a comrade, and would also keep his promise on looking after Sasuke, which he did when he fought Orochimaru. Because the reason Orochimaru came to the village, Sasuke's eyes. Yes, he did say in the manga, I need to wait for the boy to mature a bit before I take his body, but I still am going to need him. That's also why the Sound 4 ninja were also there. They were there to get Sasuke, because at that point Sasuke had already been bitten and given the curse mark by Orochimaru himself. So it was only a matter of time before he came to collect.
Yeah.
To be honest, one of Sarutobi's greatest feats, in my opinion, is when he was Edo Tensei brought back and was part of that Hokage barrier that was able to tank a QB beast bomb from the Ten Tails.
Yeah. And then another thing to point out is how he defended against the many different elements that the ghetto statue was launching at the group of Hokage, and he was able to defend against the fire blast that was shooting at him with his own fire. So his power shows that he was able to rival that. So it's just impressive to me.
What's also pretty impressive about Hiruzen, like, that this video may be seeming like we're wanking off the third Hokage on belief, but we're not really compared to other Naruto characters. Like, his feats are amazing, but compared to like main protagonists, they're really overshadowed by the other characters.
Yeah.
Like, Hiruzen, personally, like, this is my own headcanon warning, by the way, guys. I feel he would be stronger than most of the Jonin that was in Naruto and Sasuke's class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel Shikacho would be able to beat him, but most of the other Genin on their that shook the house. But most of the other Genin on their own in that time would not have been able to fight him. Even like Itachi, even he spoke that Itachi had the Hokage mindset, and he was proud of Itachi for leaving and bearing that burden, even though it tore him apart for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole lot of stuff that Hiruzen had to deal with compared to other ninja.
Yeah,
because
so we're like not here trying to say that he was better than them. We're just saying that he gets outshadowed and he's very underrated. We're just trying to point out his feats and all of his abilities to show how, even though he is outshadowed, he still is a very powerful ninja.
One feat we haven't even brought up is how he led Konoha through the second and third Great Ninja War.
Yeah, like the things that he did in that.
Like, you have to understand, like...
Yeah, that's how he got, like, his nicknames, and also how people observed him, and he was thought to be Hokage worthy by Tobirama at such a young age. Like, wow.
But I think that wraps it about up for, like, without going hella hard in feats.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up about Hiruzen.
Yeah, you got anything to close it with, or do we have any other information to throw at them?
But yeah, comment down below what you guys think about Sarutobi. And comment down below if we missed anything. Like, honestly, Sarutobi is a great ninja, one of the greatest Hokage, and I believe his feats and his like mental state, like his mental morality, show that.
Yeah,
but you want to close off, Cheese?
No, I just want to say, like, if you guys enjoyed me being on and you guys have anything to say, like, give us suggestions for, like, things that we might have had something wrong. We're not perfect people. Just let us know if you have any arguments against this. Just let us know what you guys think. We don't want this to be a one-sided thing. we're not here to say that our opinion is the only thing that matters. Just let us know what you think.
And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and leave subscribe. And my name has been CurseMarkedMidnight. This has been Cheese, and I'll catch you later, guys.
Peace.
Bitches,